Welcome, mortals. Take a seat for the final time as we come to the last of our adventures here in Liyue. Something I find weird about this teleport spot is that we always appear right behind her. Just like breathing down her neck. A little strange. I missed the opening title card of this when I was setting up the quest because I didn't think it was going to play immediately. It just kind of jumped at me and I was like, oh, usually I have to talk to someone first to activate that. Weird hilly chills.
Oh, you mean like Xiao? Now that you mention it, this guy's mask is kind of similar to the one that he wears. But the magic he was using seemed even more adepti than Xiao's. Shall we go say hi?
One sees. One too shall introduce oneself, for it is good manners to comply.
Oh, he's definitely gotten the wordiness down of the adepti.
Yet, it is unbecoming of an adepti to boast of one's powers. One would have you first speak to one's followers, and only then make your verdict.
Ah, yes, because religious people are very, very reliable and unbiased sources.
Now then, what are your wishes? One senses that a tragic tale lies behind this wish.
My, how perceptive.
Why don't we head over to Wanwen Bookhouse and see if they got any new recipes in?
God, this is awfully bit of a trek for Symphony. At the very least, we'll get some recipes out of this.
Paimon thinks we should check out that book. Maybe we'll find out something about this guy that we can use.
We were reading time to see if that guy's lying. And I feel like we could probably just go ask one of the many adeptus we know. Yeah, they seem very well linked with each other.
This is the one! Let's see what it's all about, shall we?
In ancient times, Liyue was a land of misery, where the shadow of evil loomed large. As slain gods festered, their vengeful wrath cursed the world, manifesting in infernal forms. When demons stirred, miasmas, monsters, and mutations infested the land. Then Rex Lapis summoned the Yakshas to vanquish the demons. They swore an oath: restore order through slaughter, purge evil through battle. To this, we dedicate our lives. Eons of bloodshed later, karmic debt weighed upon them, phantom wrath seeping into their broken souls. They went mad with fear, turned on each other, or succumbed to the darkness. Of the 5 foremost Yakshas, death came to 3, while the 4th vanished without a trace. In the millennia since, one conqueror of demons remains the sole surviving Yaksha in the mortal realm. And only on moonlit nights, in the glow from Guyun, and in the sound of the Dihua flute, is his memory preserved.
Huh. Zhongli's voice was a bit of a jump scare there. Quite surprising to see a Venti cameo as well.
A group.
Thank you, Paimon, for explaining the cutscene we just watched.
Alright, let's head back to Wangshu Inn!
Oh god, now we have to go back.
Flee at my command, foul demons! Flee! Why won't you flee?
Seems like he is not so powerful as we thought. Whoever could have seen this coming?
So you were just bragging after all! We were right to be suspicious! Come on, Traveler. Looks like it's up to us. Use your elemental sight and hunt them down!
Ooh, more hilly chill beating. They have a lovely very pretty purple aura.
Paimon was just wondering...
Just cut Paimon off.
Wait! Take us with you!
No need. I'm used to fighting alone. And in any case, these mutations originated from me to begin with.
Well then... Oh! Consider it Paimon's penance for being accidentally rude just now. Please?
Well, come on then.
Surprisingly easy to convince.
So, Xiao, you've been suffering from the bad karma
Are we
all
leaving
this
these things here? Into here we go.
Ooh, this place gives Paimon goosebumps.
I will use the ritual known as the Bane of All Evil to relieve this place of its karma. You must remain calm. Do not allow yourself to be affected by the lingering wrath of bygone gods.
And this is unique.
Oops, Paimon spoke without thinking again.
You're very good at that, Paimon.
And it just so happens that we've got a real adeptus with us too. If Xiao were to teach Star Snatcher a lesson,
No. I only slay demons. I do not kill mortals.
Not quite escalating that far.
The ancestors of the people of Liyue built shrines there to honor the Yakshas. You should still be able to find some ceremonial items there.
Woo, pillaging, let's go.
Once you have found them, meet me at the Yaksha statues after nightfall, and I will teach you how to use this art.
I think that was one of my favourite domains. Most domains just kind of give you a trial character and then just say beat up the hilly trolls. This one actually felt like it was designed for his ability. Yeah, with the time limits and the decreasing health and everything.
we know it's rude to ask, but we just need them for a short while. Honest.
For the dream trawler ritual, I trust.
Hmm.
It matters not. Take what you need. It is a fortuitous thing that these items may be of service to you. They serve little purpose here, in any case. Nothing that you need concern yourself with. Please, take what you wish.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7.
Huh? Looks like he's gone then. Paimon really hopes that at least someone will remember Pervasi's the Yaksha. We should get going. But let's come back here and make an offering sometime.
Well, damn, now I'm just sad. Poor fellow. That explains what the weird statue was. Also, considering that shrine is literally opposite Shenhe's old village, I'm sure there are a couple locals to remember him. Nope. Just phasing back into reality, Joe.
Finally, we will loose an arrow towards each of the Yaksha statues to enlist their authority for our contract. If all goes well, Star Snatcher's soul will be brought forth shortly.
I feel like we could have just gone out and confronted the guy.
It looks like the Yaksha statues are glowing at the waist. So we just fire one arrow each at the...
Every day I regret switching Amber out more and more.
At the ready.
Huh? What is the meaning of this? Do you truly think that one will permit such insolence in one's own dreams?
Alright, time to take him down a peg.
Yeah, I was worried about not having dialogue, but this guy is weak as fuck. Oh, he vanishes like a treasure hoarder. It appears he is having his, it appears his shirt is a little tight.
Huh. So to sum you up, you're Xiao's biggest fan?
Yes. Thank you both for allowing me to witness.
That wasn't quite our intention.
Really should have just gone and punched the guy.
Please.
He seemed very earnest when he was making that oath there. Oh, wait. We haven't gotten the sigil of permission back yet.
Or we take it while he's sleeping and he can't resist.
Ah, yes. He also requested that I give this letter to a traveler who journeys together with a talking fairy, should they come asking for him.
Talking fairy? Who's that?
Well, anyway, you must be the traveler. Here's the letter.
I love how she brushes that off.
Along with... Woohoo! The sigil of permission! Paimon hasn't met a bad guy like him in a long time. Yeah. Anyway, let's go take the sigil of permission to Xiao, shall we?
What if I just kept this editor collection? Pretty sure we already have one. Yes, you already got two. Well, really that's Child's weird one, but still. We can have a proper one. I kind of assumed he was on the roof, because that's where we usually see him.
I'll race you there.
Oh, there he is.
And so, Detective Paimon and the trusty traveler solved the case and quietly slipped away.
Well, I guess we've been promoted from sidekick. And so there we go. An awfully sad tale compared to our previous adventures. Which, now that I think about it, were about equally as miserable. Anyway, it's time for a more chirpy subject by talking to the director of a funeral parlour. Well, here we are at the very, very creepy bit of forest. In order to talk to someone. Hotel, I assume. I didn't read the quest prompt. Hello, whoever it is. Probably another ghost.
Why did we come here? Paimon's got a bad feeling about this. Not that Paimon's scared or anything. Just, concerned for your safety.
Paimon, we fight dragons on the regular. I think a couple ghosts on nothing.
Paimon's intuition says that anyone we run into here is going to be far from normal. If he gets us, he's gonna eat Paimon for sure.
You don't have to worry about him eating Paimon.
Could it be that you traveled from the other side?
I guess you could put it that way.
He looks more afraid than Paimon. Yep. You should leave the introductions to Paimon.
We are incredibly threatening.
Don't come any closer. I mean you no harm. Don't touch me.
Well, that was a hell of an introduction. Luckily, he can't get too far from us.
Ah, but you see, I wasn't referring to clients in the business sense. Everyone who enters this mortal realm will be a client of mine.
Interesting approach to the business.
Speaking of dates, if you're struggling to decide, please do come and talk it over. I'd hate to see you still alive and kicking when your big day comes.
So does she like double as a hitman? Because if she does, that is a brilliant business move.
We'd heard that there'd been some supernatural activity at Wuwang Hill. To restore calm here, we performed a funeral ceremony. It went very smoothly. According to the director, we shouldn't be expecting any more issues in the near future.
Oh, so she's like an exorcist as well.
Clients like these deserve better treatment. Taking an interest in their daily lives will ultimately benefit not only them, but also me.
That makes a lot of sense. This hotel lady really knows what the hell she's doing.
Anyway, I have a favor to ask. Recently, Wangsheng Funeral Parlor has been trying to strike a business deal with the Adventurers Guild. With you acting as an intermediary, it would be so much easier.
I'm surprised I don't already have a business deal. It's not like there's many other funeral parlors.
You see? Helping me will be worth your while. Come on then, my able assistants. Let's get down to Liyue Harbor and do some business.
When did we become your assistants?
Yeah, Paimon, don't say no to a job promotion. Where in Liyue are we going? The Adventurers Guild. Hello, we're here for business.
Just think about it. An adventurer's life is full of unexpected threats. It's only natural to take precautions. Mend the roof before it rains, as they say.
Once again, this isn't a terrible idea. I'm shocked they don't already have something set up with her. Yeah, maybe not necessarily exactly what she's offering, but it makes sense to be like, oh, we're very sorry about your loved one. Here's who can get that sorted out for you.
Speaking of precautions, I'd rather focus on keeping my adventurers safe in the first place.
Yeah, but they still die.
Rejecting a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. It's their loss. Some things are inevitable. It's only a matter of time.
Yeah, it's things like that that makes me think she's probably a hitman in her spare time. Like, oh, you're keeping people safe? Don't have any need for our services? How about this? This is a funeral parlor. Oh, around the side.
Wangsheng Funeral Parlor should keep up with the times. Just think about it. If we don't attract new clients, we'll be left with nothing, won't we?
And once again, you are the only funeral parlor. I don't think you need to worry about this.
But Director, isn't Lifeless the name of the game in this industry?
That's old hat. We're opening up new ground.
We're gonna start burying people alive.
Director, wait. What about Big G? Don't forget.
What's Big G?
Oh, nothing. Just something Mung's been pleading with me to take care of. Should be a piece of cake. Nothing major. How are you feeling these days? Any aches or pains? You shouldn't ignore them, by the way. Very often they're an omen of something terminal. When we're healthy, it's easy to forget the crushing fragility of life. So, aches and pains, best to keep an eye on them.
Huh. There's an interesting business strategy she has. Just go around and put the fear of death in people. I think her problem is she's going for people who are too young. You know, you need someone who's already kind of knocking on death's door so they'd be interested. You know, they're at the will writing stage.
Why didn't you say so? Paimon thought you had some kind of sixth sense for, people in declining health.
Huh? What would I need that kind of ability for? I'm no doctor.
The business Hutao, come on.
But recently, after one such visit, I started to feel strange. Now, every night, Big G appears in my dreams. I can't help but wonder, did I disturb him somehow?
Weird options, considering the fact that we have seen this happen several times.
However, in order to lift the curse, we need a suitable location, and we need to make some preparations. Come with me, my trusty assistants.
Helping a guy lift a curse.
The plague took the lives of many, which only furthered its spread, as the dead were a breeding ground for the disease. Then someone discovered how to prevent it from spreading, purify the air, and burn the bodies of the deceased. The pioneers of these practices were, you guessed it, the founders of the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor.
That's not really surprising. Most of the time when it's like, the gods have forsaken us, it was just disease.
We've dealt with similar phenomena multiple times throughout the ages. Each time we successfully restored the balance between life and death.
So she's more of a doctor than she gives herself credit for.
He found us first.
Big G?
I didn't mean to bother you. Any of you.
Taking the weird ghost kid with us.
It was a twist of fate that made him leave Wuwang Hill in the first place. Now, for some reason, he can't go back.
This explanation sounds a bit far-fetched to Paimon.
Paimon, you are a floating fairy thing and we live in a world full of dragons and random monsters. Ghosts are the most believable thing going on here.
So, all of this was just because you got lost?
Paimon, the guy's been dead for like 10 years. Give him a break.
But he just said he wanted to visit his friends. Apart from me, there's also Little Wu, Moo Moo, and...
Well, if that's the case, we can't let him down. We'll ask them all to help us prepare a farewell ceremony for Big G.
I feel like Mung should be the one to go around and ask these people, since they are his friends. Is your neck alright, sir? Mountains flickering a little bit? That's fine.
But if you get the chance, please let them know we're doing well, and that the things we once spoke of, they've all come to pass.
That's really sweet.
You didn't go spilling the beans, did you, Paimon?
Does Paimon look that unreliable to you?
Yes.
And where we're going, don't be surprised at what you may see or what may occur.
Sounds ominous. Into the border. That's a really cool domain. One thing I will give Liyue credit for is definitely spicing up the domains.
Welcome to the farewell ceremony site. Our destination is just up ahead. I know you're excited, so feel free to have a look around and talk amongst yourselves. Soon you'll find out there's nothing special about this place.
Nothing special about this place, and it's fully populated by ghosts. This is a very pretty place. I guess being dead isn't too bad. Fascinating. Now we're going to this other place.
So you should also mind my warning, Mung. If you won't let go of the past, I might reunite you two sooner than you think.
Huh. Hitman theory is still on the table. An eccentric fellow, that Hu Tao. That was an interesting romp. Not romp. That seems a bit jovial. That was an interesting story. Very sad one. Liyue is just miserable. One stat was all, oh look, we're finding things and running little experiments, and now I'm just sad here in Liyue. Fortunately, I don't think anything gets any more chirpier. But we'll be going from the funeral director to the doctor. Well, we're now taking a substantial thematic change by going to visit the Boo Boo Pharmacy. And we'll try not to die this time.
No, listen to me. I'm not the one who's lost. It's my dad.
Your dad? How does a fully grown man manage to get lost in Liyue Harbor?
Easily, I do it all the time.
I asked the Millith guys to go find him, but he said they won't be able to send that many people. So then I figured maybe I can ask some other people in the city to help.
Yeah, we can help you. For some reason, we seem to do the Millith's job of finding people a lot.
I see. And your family lives near Qingse village, you say? I visit patients there frequently, but I don't recall ever seeing you or your parents.
Uh-huh. My mom doesn't like meeting other people, especially during Lantern Rite. She always tells me to just stay at home and keep my dad company.
His mum is sounding more and more dodgy. So the kid's dad's unwell, his mum sounds really dodgy, and now we have to go help find the dad. Wrong direction. The gate is this way, apparently. There it appears to be the Millilith. Well, I guess we're off to this pool. The Millilith are about as ineffective as usual. Yeah. That took a lot of searching.
Oh no! It's... Hey, you! Stop! Don't go any further!
Are we not going to stop him? Oh yeah.
Watch where you're going!
Oh, it's Hu Tao.
Hey, Hu Tao!
My, who do we have here? It's the Traveler in Paimon, and...
Seems, very casual for the events that are happening.
Hold on a second. You're not seriously thinking of taking him to Boo Boo Pharmacy in this state, are you?
I mean, where else would you take him?
I'm happy to do it your way, but only for my great uncle's sake, and the Traveler's, of course.
You must be pleased you brought the Traveler along. Otherwise, this would have been a much more vexing ordeal.
I mean, Hu Tao's the one stood at the cliff's edge. I'm sure it would go fine. So what else was Hu Tao going to do with him? You know, you can't really like, treat someone on the side of a cliff.
See you tomorrow, Baiju and Chung.
I love how cheery Paimon is, despite the fact that these two are actively about to brawl or something. Go ask Hu Tao why he's so weird.
While I'm idling time on admiring the scenery, the spectacled snake-bedecked docks doing surgery.
I figured she was going to, like, hang around in the room outside, not across the street. Because if he's up to anything, how's she gonna know? Oh, Chi-Chi. Why are you staring at the wall?
Master, but more importantly, is you know who gone yet? I need to find a better hiding place.
God, poor Chi-Chi. Oh, I guess we have to wait until morning. Quite the long wait.
Don't worry, Dad. I got the Adventurers Guild to help us look for her. And Dr. Baiju's gonna help too. Right now, all you need to do is concentrate on getting better.
Only actual diseases like this were so easy to treat.
That would be a trade secret, I'm afraid. If that gives you any cause for concern, you may continue to monitor Jialiang for as long as you wish. Though I regret to say that Boo Boo Pharmacy cannot offer to reimburse Wangsheng Funeral Parlor for any revenue lost in the meantime.
Hitting her where it hurts in the money. I mean, you need to probably stay up all night treating, though.
Yes, of course. Everyone, please excuse Jiangsheng and myself for a moment.
It's definitely not suspicious.
Why did you follow us here?
You look like you're about to die?
Oh, I believe the irregularities with Jialiang's heart meridian were likely caused by a poison concocted using god remains as a key ingredient.
Yeah, this wife is getting more and more suspicious.
Traveler, Paimon, would you lend this dummy a hand? He needs someone checking up on him, or he'll exhaust himself trying to accomplish everything on his own.
I like Genshin. She's very caring in her own methods.
As well as investigating Jialiang's exposure to the poison, we should also keep an eye out for Ayu's missing mother, my fellow disciple, Jiang Li.
Fellow disciple?
It's a new day! She's finally gone.
Poor Chi-Chi cannot catch a break. Oh, what lovely weather. Past the document warehouse to the secluded house.
Paimon never knew you were so selfless, Baiju. Paimon always had you down as the sneaky, scheming type. Sorry.
Why, he's been largely pleasant to us every time we've met. No less dodgy than most of the people we've met.
So a few words from me is enough to dispel all your suspicions, You ought not be quite so quick to relax your guard, Paimon. Sometimes even the good guys have their own private agenda.
Very well said.
What is this?
I think it's just a jug of milk that's gone bad.
Correct. Whoever is administering the poison can manipulate the source to indirectly control the poisoned individual's behavior and even cognition. Similarly, the poisoned individual will hear, to a varying extent, the call of the source.
With poison.
Since this poison was carefully hidden away in a secret compartment, the one who concocted it is likely a resident of the house. You mean Jialiang? Why would he poison himself?
Close, Paimon, not quite.
Think a little harder, Paimon. Someone else who lives here, and who might have expertise in crafting drugs. Huh? So you're saying... it was Jiang Li?
Yes, Paimon, well done. I'm so glad we take these little sides to walk Paimon to the point, just in case any players miss the really obvious hints.
Wait, but that doesn't make any sense either. Why would she poison her own husband?
God, Paimon, do I have some documentaries for you?
Yes. According to the origins and symptoms of diseases, the minor loads will disappear if the mother load is purged.
No, a simple task then.
Whoa, what? After a contract? Share life force? Sounds like some pretty spooky sorcery if you ask Paimon.
That's because it is.
Hey, plenty of people would jump at the chance to join forces with a powerful being like me. With my assistance in rebalancing your chi, not only can you extend your lifespan, but you will also be stronger, healthier, and able to eat whatever you like with no risk of upsetting your stomach.
The most powerful of all abilities.
Temperament? Hey! What are you trying to say? Did you just subtly insult Paimon to her face?
At least he did it subtly.
Ugh! Paimon's mad! You're getting ugly nicknames, both of you! Baiju, you're... Mannequin Man! Changsheng, you're just... a pain in the neck!
Been a while since we've had some mean nicknames from Paimon.
All right, everybody, calm down. Back to the matter at hand. Is there any way at all for us to seek counsel from the adepti about this?
With how antisocial they are? If it were up to them, they'd go their whole lives without showing their faces to the common folk.
Yeah, we actually have most of them on speed dial.
What?
You called?
Wow, it's Xiao. Only got half of Liyue's cast in on this one.
The Lantern Rite, when we met briefly, I was unaware of your true identity. I must apologize for the discourtesy.
I love when they reference events that I have no idea what the hell happened during because I wasn't there.
I now know what you seek. It is true that a god's remains are buried beneath the foundations of Chinxa village. A vile monster known as the Ch once wrought havoc over this land, before it was subdued by Rex Lapis.
There's a surprise.
What a strange adeptus. Rather different from the way I remember them.
I think Zhao was just a bit of a special case.
It seems that my worst fears have been confirmed. Everyone, back to Boo Boo Pharmacy now!
Hmm? It's like something's happening.
They've been outside waiting for you the whole time while you were asleep. Shall we at least go and show our faces?
Proof of life and all that.
Though it was created from god remains, this formula is not a poison in Jialiang's case. Rather, it's his medication.
With some very severe side effects.
Ah! It's Jialiang! Don't tell Paimon you overheard everything already.
I mean, we're hardly doing this in a secluded spot. Oh, another eavesdropper.
Yes, this could be a long one. Could you please prepare a dose of the usual formula? Please add an extra measure of mistgrass pollen, and 1 dose each of the ingredients from the 3rd and 5th compartments of my medicine cabinet. I hope it works.
I wonder what she's making. I feel like storing your medicine outside like this is a bad idea.
This place feels familiar. I think I've been here before.
I'd hope we're like down the road from your house.
No, I have to keep going. Jiangli is still waiting for me. Then let's hurry.
Over here. Can I go in? No? For some reason we just can't continue? No? Enter domain? Is there a riddle I have to solve to continue? No. I'll be back in a few seconds when I can actually get in the domain. Aha, we are back in business.
But why did they abandon this place without even stopping to pack up their tools?
I don't know, might have something to do with that dead god.
Those treasure hoarders sure made themselves at home.
Yeah, I'm sure that was definitely the treasure hoarders.
The incense was burned several days ago. If I had to guess, the monsters we fought just now were enticed here by some entity deeper inside the cave. No doubt an encounter with the very same entity was what prompted the treasure hoarders to flee and abandon their designs on this cave.
Well, really? Nice sensor. Well, I definitely prefer the domains that act more like a puzzle, even if they're a relatively simple one. Along the lines while like fighting things and stuff with the trial characters. Fun-ish. Actually doing a puzzle and using your brain a little bit is far more fun. We get to continue. Also, I think I just like puzzle games. Oh, and another big monster to kill. I mean, we can.
Baiju, you're a great doctor. Surely you gotta know of some other way we can save him, right?
You could continue to take the poison, which would buy you some time. As for Jiangli, maybe if we put our heads together, we can think of something?
But even so, I feel like we can't really leave God Remains hanging around in case this happens again.
I've said my goodbyes. My time has come. Do what you must.
As you wish.
Who knew that was that easy?
Oh, how I would love to hear your voice one last time.
The first person death was not something I was expecting. God, it's so sad.
Jialiang! Jialiang! Jialiang!
Oh, we're not dead.
Leave it to Boo Boo Pharmacy to snatch the perfect opportunity right out of my hands at the last hurdle. Never mind. I'll just have to put it down in the books as a deferred consideration.
So did she want him to die or not?
You stay away from my dad! When I grow up, I'm gonna become an even better doctor than Mom and Baiju, and cure Dad for good!
That might be a bit hard if he's already got.
Alright, first things first, off to the market for some fresh ingredients. Let's go!
I didn't realize how many of these story quests ends in us eating.
I'll come too!
Baiju, Changsheng, would you mind if we took this conversation outside?
I'm Baiju. Now, let's not go round the back. Let's go to a more crowded spot.
Hey, food's ready!
Oh, I wanted to hear more of that conversation.
For once, Paimon just does not know what to say.
Good, don't say anything. Don't ruin this moment. Well, that was sad and thought-provoking. Even if I'm a little disappointed that it turns out she wasn't a murderer. If there's any characters in this game I'd love to see get a part 2 to their story quest, it's definitely either Hu Tao or Baiju. The story surrounding both of them and their personalities and how they clash is fascinating, and I'd love to see more of it. Especially to see if Baiju ever obtains that immortality. But with that, we head off to meet another adepti for our last story quest in Liyue, for the time being until they add more Liyue characters. Well, here we are, our final adventure in Liyue, excluding the chasm. We're going to speak to one of the adepti.
And when we told her that Rex Lapis had been assassinated, she immediately threatened to squash Liyue Harbor. Paimon thought she'd be impossible to get along with. But now that we've spent some more time together, she's really not like that at all.
Yes, Paimon, I was there.
Whoa, what a pretty lady. Is she also here to visit Cloud Retainer? Yeah, you're right. All it takes is one look and you can tell she's someone special. As expected of that bird lady, really. She must have a whole bunch of adepti friends from all over the country.
This bird lady has hypothermia.
Well, one has made plans to pay a visit to some disciples at Liyue Harbor. Taking on a human form for such a trip is simply a way to make matters less conspicuous.
That outfit is definitely a lot less conspicuous. That's a very nice low cut she's got on.
Sounds great! Then let's all go to Liyue Harbor!
In her correspondence with me, she wrote that she shall have no need to return for the foreseeable future. Huh. Do they think one was so easily mollified? One shall investigate everything with one's own eyes and decide for oneself if their living conditions are satisfactory.
I love the overprotective mother in Cloud Retainer.
One does not wish to trouble her. Conversing vicariously via you two shall suffice. Do remember to inquire as to her recent well-being. Again, do not mention one's presence here.
We're gonna go mention her presence.
Fair enough. Makes sense. Alright then, we'll just pass on your regards and...
Cloud Retainer?
That didn't last long.
Oh, you are quite mistaken. One is not acquainted with this cloud retainer of whom you speak. One is simply a mere mortal passerby.
Yeah, the speech pattern kind of gives you away.
One was simply passing by while attending to some important business. One thought it would only be fitting to pay you a visit while in the area.
Wait, Paimon wasn't aware of any important. Oh.
She's lying, Paimon. Shut up.
It still makes one nostalgic to see you as you are now, respected and independent. When you were young, you oft begged one to cuddle you to sleep when you suffered from nightmares.
Cloud Retainer! Stop!
On Cloud Retainer, not in front of her work.
A human name? Huh. You raise a valid point. Considering the sheer extent of one's renown, Cloud Retainer is surely too recognizable as a name.
You really think so? Not that you're not famous or anything, but that famous?
She's like one of the 5 named adepti. Of course she's that famous.
Nevertheless, Ganyu's advice cannot be ignored. From this point on, when in public occasions, be sure to refer to one as Shenyun.
Shenyun. Okay, that's how you pronounce it. I had no idea.
Huh? Wait, so you're really that powerful?
Does Paimon have memory loss? Because she was reminding of us what happened in the Archon quest earlier, but like, yeah, all the adepti are pretty powerful.
On top of the drought, a noxious gas also began to spread through the land. If not for Cloud Retainer's efforts, much of Liyue would be nothing more than a barren wasteland today.
I think Liyue's history is just one big disaster after another. At no point have we ever had a little story where it's like, oh yes, and then everybody had a picnic and it was all really nice. It's like, no, there was disease, famine, and everyone was about to die.
Paimon was pretty quick on the uptake there, don't you think?
As slow as usual.
The moment is not yet upon us. Still, the truth will be revealed to you in time.
Ominous. Oh, it's nice seeing Ganyu again. Oh, it's Shenhe again. Seeing them standing side by side, you can really see where Shenhe got her fashion taste from. I quite like this, and same with parts of Ganyu's design, you clearly get the feel that they are related without them looking the same. Which I feel like a lot of siblings designs fall into, where it's like, oh, that's just the gender bent version of you. You know? Well, they're not siblings, it's more mother-daughter, you know. But you get my point. They have the clear elements that show that they're related, while also not being carbon copies of each other.
I've trained and lived with Master for more than 10 years. I would recognize you no matter what form you take.
You...
Oh.
First, I try to talk sense into them. If that doesn't work, I threaten them with violence. At this point, they usually decide they are in favor of a civil conversation.
Best way to handle it?
Oh, how should Paimon put this?
Honestly, no different than how we handle things.
Oh, you refer to the bicyclical Thunder Flashmobile. One spent 49 days conceptualizing and crafting it. It need only be infused with adeptal energy, and it can cover thousands of miles in one day.
Damn, where do we get one of these from?
Oh, it boggles the mind why Mooncarver ever supposed he might best me in a contest of locomotion. Though he sprinted with all his might, he could barely keep up.
It's good to know the adepti do keep themselves busy.
It's nothing. It's just... well, Paimon gained a lot of respect for you after listening to that story of you summoning the rain and everything. But all it took was a few words out of your mouth and it's like you're back to being that illuminated bird again. I was just a little bit confused. Which one of the two is the real Cloud Retainer?
Oh? Don't really understand Paimon's point here.
Well, you could always check with some of the other guests and see if anyone's happy to share a table.
Okay, I'll ask around.
How convenient. We have 2 seats.
Granny?
Yep. Is there something wrong with that?
No, Paimon's just a bit surprised. She looks so young.
Very, very young looking there, Paimon.
I want braised earthworms,
They always pop up out of the ground after a rainstorm.
Don't think Zhangling's culinary skills are quite that adventurous.
Actually, her memory's been bad ever since I was little. But it's gotten so bad lately that I even have to remind her who I am every morning.
Damn, what is it about Liyue and severe neurological problems and then leaving kids to deal with them?
Wait, so you have a reoccurring dream where someone's talking to you? That sounds spooky. Oh, does that mean you're possessed?
I thought the entire point of Hu Tao's questline was teaching us that that kind of thing is not really how it works.
This is just getting weirder and weirder. What is going on here?
An old lady's telling us about her dream. Not the oddest thing to happen to us, my mom.
Once we have revisited those places, her memories will likely return.
Sounds like a plan. So, Granny, do you remember which places you went to when you were young?
Why, of course I do. The heavens above, the earth below, the wispy clouds, and the emerald mountain streams.
So you got like a postcode or something? Oh, let's go talk to Jingcho in order to find out who this grandmother is.
Paimon feels like we just learned so much from Xingqiu. A drought, a nameless heroine, a life of seclusion. Wait, why does the story sound super familiar?
Oh wow, it might be a parallel to one of the characters.
They say that back in those days, disasters were both more severe and more common. Only the strongest of adepti could hope to dispel the ruin and devastation.
Once again, Liyue sounds like a miserable place to live for most of history.
Anyway, we'll be off now. See you some other time, Xingqiu. Thank you so much for your help.
Approximately how much more would one need to afford a comfortable life in the harbor? Not unlike the one that you yourself lead.
Oh, I see she's trying to switch it up a bit.
I have a secret I want to tell you. Let's go talk over there.
Ooh, secrets. I like secrets.
What's wrong, Shuyu?
Well, I've been kind of meaning to ask ever since we started talking in the restaurant. But are you guys all adepti in disguise?
What would give you that impression? Come on, if you want to live in Liyue Harbor, you have to get good at lying about this kind of thing.
One is indeed an adeptus. Is that of some concern to you?
Oh, just don't lie.
A pure white illuminated crane? The only two we've ever met are blue and white and black and brown. Have you ever met one that's pure white, Cloud Retainer?
Never has one met an adeptus with such features. One surmises such a description is but a hyperbolic embellishment that oft results from narrative accounts.
I have a feeling this white crane and Granny are probably connected somehow. There's just a sneaking suspicion.
Let's go to Wangshu Inn first!
Okay, I'll go get Granny.
And we shall also go to Wangshu Inn.
Whoa! Xiao, what are you doing here all of a sudden? You scared the living daylights out of Paimon!
I love how he sneaks up sometimes.
Although I do believe there was an occasion some 30-odd years ago when she decided to don her human form. I believe it was for the purpose of...
One believes there is little need to relive bygone matters.
What was the reason? I like how Zhao gets cameos in most of the Liyue story quests. Someone on the writing team obviously has a soft spot for him.
After all, if she was there for any length of time, then she would have stayed somewhere, right? Oh, Paimon's really got her thinking cap on today. At this rate, we'll recover all of Granny Wendai's memories in no time.
I do wish Paimon would wear her thinking cap all the time. But regardless, let's go to Junrun Cars. Well, several bits of it.
I remember. Shuyu, this is where your father was born.
Well, up into the mountains we go.
But here, I don't have that feeling. Perhaps I did come here in the past, but it just didn't leave a strong impression on me.
But did the stories get it wrong then?
Probably.
Oh, let Paimon look! Huh? Isn't that Mount Outsong? Looks like we've come full circle.
Mount Outsong. Mount Outsong.
Does that jog the memory? Oh, how nice of them to provide us with a way over.
This is the world you left behind. One of gentle breeze and morning dew, perfectly straddled betwixt the realms of heaven and earth. This is your home. This is where you belong. You should have never left. The you of the past, the me from not that long ago. We should have never.
Oh, Granny was the, crane all along? I could not have seen that coming.
Shuyu, everyone, I cannot thank you enough for all your help. I'm ready to tell you my story, if you're willing to listen.
Yay, story time.
Looking back, I was beyond lucky to have come across that traveling merchant at Wangshu Inn. It was such a fortunate coincidence that we were there at the same time. If it weren't for those soul-revitalizing tea pills, I probably would have...
Granny! What's wrong?
Probably wasn't that much of a coincidence.
Coincidence?
Perhaps it is now time for one to recount the rest of the tale.
Ooh, cutscene time. Maybe? Oh, no. This is different. That was really unique. An interesting way to blend the exposition-y storying into the domain that I assume they're required to have. I assume that's just a necessary part of the structure. But I like what they did with it this time. I definitely appreciate, as I've said throughout this video, I definitely appreciate the more creative uses of the domains outside of just kill something. There is a Hoyoverse dev laughing at me right now. Our travels through Liyue have made me feel many emotions, but right now I am being beaten with a stick of sorrow. That was a beautiful cutscene, and I love Jinya's character development from when you first meet her in the Archon quest to now. She changes quite a lot. She doesn't change, but you see a lot more sides to her that I really appreciate. And that reunition dream. I'm gonna cry.
Paimon's gonna let you in on a little secret. We've seen Cloud Retainer's 2 other disciples, and they pretty much eat nothing but bitter herbs like chinchin and violet grass. If you join them, you'll never enjoy Wanmin Restaurant's delicious cooking ever again.
Come on, Paimon, it's important to encourage kids to eat their own vegetables.
One will be assuming the identity of a human while residing in Liyue Harbor. You should take care to avoid disclosing one's true identity.
It's fine, you do that enough yourself. Fortunately, we'll have to wait 2 days, an awfully long amount of time. Nice view of Fontaine from here. There we go.
Whoa! Please don't go! I apologize for any insult, miss. You see, I know full well that I lack the knowledge to judge the true worth of these items. If you could wait but a moment, I've hired an expert to appraise them for me. He should be here shortly.
Why do I have a feeling we know this expert very well?
You are too kind, Mr. Zhongli. True collectors pride themselves on their wealth of knowledge and eye for detail. I can say without a doubt that you are foremost in that regard.
Just me and Paimon rolling our eyes together?
My friends, have you been doing well?
We've been great! How about you? Paimon didn't know you were such a busy consultant!
I mean, every time we meet him, he's consulting something. I don't think the guy gets any sleep.
Huh? Why are you all walking so fast? Hey, wait for Paimon!
You should just start walking faster. And just like that, we enjoy our final meal here in Liyue. Although I doubt it will be our final meal. But the last one for the time being. And with that, our travellers' adventures in Liyue came to an end. It is now time for them to head out to the ship and disappear into the clouds.